Hello everybody, this is Duskers. This is a game that came out in 2016. It had some popularity. It definitely qualifies as a rogue-lite in many ways. It's randomly generated to a degree. There's preset dungeons, we'll call them. Those dungeons are somewhat randomized on the inside, but overall they are the same layout, but there are lots of them. And then between dungeons, there is a little bit of permanent progression with potentially a goal. I've never actually played this game when it was in early access, and it's one of the few games I've seen come out of early access, so that's certainly an improvement over many of the stuff on Steam these days. It's got a lot better since I played back in the beta. A lot of the reason I didn't play is because my main computer was a little bit finicky at the time and wasn't having the greatest of days, and the laptop I was using to play it couldn't really run it very well, so I eventually just gave up. And I never got back into the game. But now I'd like to give it a go. I feel like playing it. It has a decent aesthetic, and there's a lot to see that I haven't actually seen myself yet. So I'm gonna launch the training simulation and see how this goes. Turn that down. Yeah, that's good. So, the game has two main views that you're going to be seeing during dungeons, or derelicts, I guess they are. You have the drone view, where you manually control one of the drones, which you can select with the number keys. Each of them has a different little icon that they use and a different colour to their view. In both of the views, you can see all of your drone's view cones. So I can go over here and I can still see what drone 1's looking at, even when I'm selecting drone 2, and vice versa, as you can see off to the left here. And there's also the schematic view. You will see schematic of the ship you are interacting with. On the left, right now, there is, as you can see, marked by R1 hidden underneath the drone 2 icon. I'll move it out of the way. R1 stands for room 1, and the room 1 is always your boarding craft. A1 is an airlock, and I go into the drone, position it, then, well, you can see in the little tutorial box there, typing open A1 or just A1 will open airlock 1. And this can be done from both of the views, like so. So this is a power inlet. A lot of locked progression in this game is, well, locked progression as in the main puzzle element of the game, I'd call it, involves managing power to rooms so you can navigate the ship properly. This tutorial ship has one generator because it has 4 rooms. And it also has... oh, no, I know what I'm doing. It also has no major threats, the first tutorial ship. I think. This looks a little different. Oh, I think they've changed it. Before, either this is a different system entirely, like a different design ship, or they've changed the tutorial at some point since I played last. So if we need to turn these on, you type the command generator, or you can just type, I think, as little as GE, because game autofills for certain commands. Rather loud noise. It's yeah. Oh yes, this is a different ship. Huh. Uh, Now with drone one, you can see up in the top left here, he's got a motion module, which acts as a motion sensor for adjacent rooms, so you can tell if there's a threat in there moving. And number two there is a gather module, which you can type gather, and it will gather the nearest object, or gather all, and it'll gather everything in the room. This includes scrap and fuel. As you can see, we just collected some jump fuel from this outlet. So go into schematic view and type motion. As you can see, there is a bit of a threat in here. So we move 1 to R2. Navigate. And that will move friend drone 1 back to room 2. We are then going to close 4 and open 5. So close D5 now that the threat, indicated by the red scanner, which is moving significantly faster, moving to room 3. Now that it's moved out of room 4, we can take drone 1, open door 2, and visit room 3. As you can see, there isn't a whole lot in this room either. Room 5 appears to be clear as well, so let's open it up. Here is a destroyed drone. There are two types of derelict drones that you can encounter. There is destroyed drones and disabled drones. Disabled drones can be towed with a tow module back to the ship and either repaired or scrapped. Destroyed drones, you can swap modules off. So, now that we've checked the entire derelict, no scrap, but that makes sense, this is a tutorial after all. We're going to navigate both of the drones back to room 1, the Bordencraft. Then we are going to close the airlock, use the exit command. This will normally take us to like a mission outcome screen, or yeah, I think it's a mission outcome screen still. So I haven't played. This will show us all the things we gained and any damages our drones have sustained due to threats. But obviously that being the tutorial, and that was the tutorial before, I actually do remember. The scenario I'm thinking of is the starting system that it usually throws at you if you've got a certain setting selected in gameplay. The gameplay? Maybe difficulty. This is like a selection of difficulty options, as stated up in the top left there. Radiation is like, it's an environmental hazard. If you disable this setting, it will not be regenerated into derelicts. But if a meteor strikes, or you just open an airlock to space, which is a valid strategy to deal with certain threats. Then it will become irradiated because space is a bit radioactive. But I'm going to leave this enabled because why not? Seems fair. Vents I'm going to disable because they are, in my opinion, horrendously unfair. Because you basically have to keep an eye on them at all times to make sure an enemy doesn't come flying out and wipe out your drones before you can react. I mean, it doesn't happen that fast, but I like to avoid damage where possible. I'm also going to disable drones in small rooms, because that can create blocks where you can't get past, basically. Because it will spawn a derelict drone in a small room or corridor. This one I haven't seen come up very often, so I'm going to leave it as is. Plus, generally, ignoring, but with the drones in small rooms setting disabled, everywhere in a ship will be accessible. Oh, oh, I guess it was disabled by default. Fine. Gonna leave that on because it's useful. That is the setting I came into this difficulty option. Okay. This one will make the starting galaxy easier every time. Gonna put that one on so I don't accidentally flush all my drones out of an airlock. Normal. Gonna set that to reset in case I do multiple runs of this. That wasn't a setting before. A lot of this wasn't settings before, actually. Leaving that off. I'm going to put this on. However, I am not going to use it unless the game crashes for whatever during recording. This will mean I'll lose episodes worth of content. I'm going to leave that on because there are probably a few modules I've never seen before. But other than that, I am going to start the game. That will probably mark the end of the first episode. This is how long it took me to explain this. We'll go through this, I guess. So, what that previous screen was saying was that our ship is mostly intact but we're low on fuel, and there's only one person on the ship, which is us, obviously. And what this screen is saying is we need to interact with other derelict vessels in the area, gather intelligence from them, find out what happened, why we're here, gather resources like fuel, specifically fuel, and drone parts, search for survivors. And then obviously, if you hit a bit of a pseudo soft lock where you can't really progress or you fail, then setting is your only option. And this, well, this will be the end of the first episode, and we'll pick up the second one next. Come on, yeah, pick up the second one from right here. It's round.